Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti, and this is another episode of Making Comics and Art. And today with me, getting ready for the show, is Russ.
Right. Hello.
And why are we gathered here today? Is there something going on?
Yeah, I'm looking for my glove.
Well, I had to wrangle my cats, so yeah, we're all...
Okay. Here it is. There's my glove.
I know, it gets cold in your studio.
Have some little fingerless mittens.
So yeah, right off the bat, Only Death Can Save Us live.
Yeah. Yeah.
On
Yes.
Indiegogo.
I'm super impressed and thankful and humbled by the amount of people that have already backed it, and the good things that people are saying about it. So fingers crossed that I'll hit that. I'll hit that target.
Excellent. Well, we have a group of people in the chat. Let me go back. Stitch.
Stitch. Been here for 2 hours.
We appreciate it totally. Thanks for coming by, and also Crimson Owl Comics is here. And Gibran.
Good evening.
He says, where's his chat? Where is this? Okay.
Chat.
For some reason he had problems typing in the chat, and it was hiding it. But I think it works for him now. So
I can see him.
He says that it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's using 2 different accounts. Okay. There we go. He goes, "What's up?"
Hello.
Says, "We are gathering here today to unite these two in marriage." Oh, wrong stream.
27% of 100.
27%.
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's where I'm at. Yep, 27%. It's so that's nearly 30%, 36 hours. Very, very pleased and humbled. Superb stuff. Amazing. Lots of people retweeting it and getting it out there and helping me out. So it's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that you've already done a number of shows that you've been on talking about the project.
I was up all night. I got on with a few people. One with a guy called Wise Guys, who his sole purpose is to interview people, is interview comic book creators, especially people that do stuff on Indiegogo, independents and stuff. That's his purpose. And I managed to get on for a bit with Clint Stoker, a sweet cast, who we had on our show over the weekend. He's a lovely fella. And I got on with Marshall Lee, which is great. Marshall was very kind to have me on. I got on with Michael Bancroft from Australia. That was great fun. He's a lovely guy, and he was actually very helpful. He had a look at my campaign and helped me out with some advice. And earlier on in the evening, I kind of did an open round robin, and I was over on Rotten Glory's channel around 7. So yeah, I did like a whole evening of stuff. Yes, in lots of different places with lots of different people, which was wonderful. I enjoyed that, but I was very tired, and then passed out about 5:30.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean it's what a lot of people do. The first day is kind of the most important. It doesn't define a campaign, but
No.
if you do really good out the gate, then it definitely helps.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's good to get a good start if you can. And I've been very fortunate to have that. So we'll see where it goes next. I've got some stretch goals lined up. If it comes to it, if it all happens. So hopefully, I'm giving the people what they want, as it were. And I even took somebody. He even done today on Instagram. Excuse me while I boomer my way into this phone.
Sure.
Lucifer Bellart had actually drawn a painted piece. Looks like it might be
another Lucifer.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, another Lucifer. Lucifer Bellart painted death for me, D, which was wonderful just to see somebody else do it. It was just fantastic, and they'd done it off their own back. It wasn't like, as much as it's wonderful to see the art that Amrit Birdie, Mike Emirates, and Renzo Rodriguez has done, and I'm eagerly waiting Rob Willis's version as well. It's wonderful to see that stuff, but I commissioned them to do the work for the book. This guy's just done it because he wanted to do it, and that's fabulous. That's so cool. That means a huge amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the first issue of my book out, but I already got a ton of fan art.
Yeah, it's just fantastic that people want to do that. It's cool.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, I love the community, especially like when you do crowdfunding. You don't know until you jump in and do it. You don't know, like, your true fans or just people who appreciate what you're doing, but nothing to do with it. the difference is big, but it's looking really good for you. And I mentioned in the chat, like, who am I thinking of? Crimson Owl Comics mentioned earlier that he's waiting for payday, and pretty much I'm in the same spot. I already have a list of Kickstarters that I got to pay off. So I'm waiting for my payday, which is, randomly I get paid. that's my schedule. It's not like every Friday or something. I'm freelance and it comes
I know.
when it comes.
Yeah. But whatever people are prepared to do, that's fantastic. Even if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have the money, but you want to buy the book, there may well be other times you can get onto that, or you can hang about, or just sharing it around and getting other people's eyes on it is really worthwhile effort and very much appreciated that people do that for me. So but obviously I'd love to sell everybody a book.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got a couple of things Monday. Hopefully they don't conflict. People that want me to come on their show to talk about what I'm working on. One of them, I noticed previously that you were on his channel, and that's Kami Mark.
Oh, right, yeah. A very British communist.
So he's having a gathering of AAA creators.
Right, cool.
To come onto his channel and stuff. And the other one is I'm going to be on Instagram IGTV, which is my first time doing that, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even sure how to start one myself. But this guy Enrique, I forget his comic company name, but I'll definitely put links and everything afterwards. But yeah, I mean, it's getting crazy lately.
Yeah.
You know, the whole global stuff is happening, and people got distracted. But I think there's something in the air lately that is like things are coming out of the woodwork, and independent creators spreading the word of other independent creators, and it's so great that everybody is doing more of this. And you know, I'm seeing more and more campaigns, more and more other people's books, and I'm trying to get more people on my channel. I'm like tied. Like, I got my regular channel, which has more people on it. But I got my other, creator owned channel, that frankly I don't have time for at the moment, because I'm having everybody come on here, which is fine, because videos have more views on this channel anyway. But yeah, it's like once I do some more work, and I'm like maxed out lately, but I'll get back to my other channel and do interviews there and stuff. I want to.
You can always share the videos, can't you? I mean, you could download the video and then upload it to the other channel or something like that.
Yeah, but I really want to keep it to just this series. I started a new series to bring focus to this channel. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's like what I do on creator owned channel is exactly, it's a one-on-one interview where you see my face talking. For those that get into that sort of stuff. But here I'm working on my comics, and this is to compel me to get more work done. And actually, I thought I'd use this page today in celebration of your campaign. There's some nudity.
Nice. Gotta like a bit of nudity. In my all ages book, there's no nipples.
Yeah.
There are boobs. There are boobs because women have boobs. Shock. Women have boobs. Okay, and some men, unfortunately. But women have boobs. But there are no nipples. There are no nipples at all. So,
not even with D.
No, D doesn't have any nipples either. No, it's not that kind of suit. It's not like Batman. It's bat suit, bat bum. It's not that. No, it's there's no nipples. D doesn't have any nipples.
Oh, look who's in the chat. Coming Mark. We were just talking about you.
Hey, Mark.
Welcome.
He's there. I actually, after we finished here, I think I'm supposed to be going over to those guys to do a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm not sure. There's nothing turned up yet. I would imagine they'll be late. They always are. Fashionably, of course.
Yes. So if you want to share the campaign, and we can go over details of it.
I've got one here. There it is.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. You go. Here we are.
There we go. It's like professional now.
Yeah, it's all pro. Yeah. Gotta behave ourselves. Yeah. So I've got an intro, but we've all seen that, and got some videos up there and some sample art, as you should have. And we're at 27%. I'm just so chuffed. I can't believe that's happened so quickly. Obviously, I may be twiddling my thumbs now for another few weeks until something else happens. But that's the nature of crowdfunding. So it's 80 pages plus. There's a 60-page story. And I've got concept art, character galleries, pin-ups, all that kind of stuff. So I've said 80 pages. 80 plus means 80 plus. It will be more than 80 pages. I can't be exactly sure because I want to pack in as much as I can. So it will be a fair-sized book. And it's definitely, as I won't bore the chat because the chat knows what the book is. I think everybody in the chat's familiar with my love of Bronze Age books. So there is a preview, which was also up on the Only Death Can Save Us website. So you can read through that, get an idea for the book. Actually, I suppose I should just quickly whip through the pitch if anybody is watching this on replay. So Only Death Can Save Us is a Bronze Age-inspired cosmic fantasy romp, bringing together action and pathos as the ancient elemental known as Death leaps from his ethereal retirement to help a young soul protect her loved ones, her world, and even existence itself. It's got like this cosmic fantasy sci-fi backdrop to it, and it's also the connection between the two main characters, Chrissy and Death. She calls him D. That's a nickname for him. So it's Chrissy and D, how they get through the story, how they get through the adventure, deal with the bad guy, and then there is a setup for a further story. You can read the story on its own as a one thing, and then just ignore the last 2 pages of the book if you like. If you just want to just keep this book and not go on to the second book. But the last 2 pages kind of sets up the story moving forward, and it has a bit of a twist in it. So hopefully people will enjoy that. So as I say, you've got this 8-page preview that you can go see and read. You can follow the production of the book on my channel. So I will be putting up once or twice a week. I'll be doing a panel and doing the screen capture for it so people can see what's going on. There's these 4 part of the tiers are 4 black and white A4 prints, and they're going to be color inside the book. They're going to be reprinted in the book, but I wanted to keep them as black and white for the prints because I just think that the work is so beautiful. And that's from Hamrit Birdie. Yeah, they are gorgeous. I can't wait for Rob Willis's as well. And his response to my brief was awesome characters. I think I can do a bang up job on this one, and I think he probably will. To be honest with you,
yeah.
Renzo's piece at the back right there is beautiful, but they all are. Mike's done a fabulous job. It reminds me so much of 2000 AD, and Amrit Birdie's work has got this anime feel to it. So really, really lovely. You've got a collector's bundle. You can get original art pages. You can get my poster of the 4 Horsemen, and you can get an original canvas, a printed canvas of the color artwork. It's a one-off, and that comes in the collector's bundle. So I'll just whip through those in a minute. The stretch goal. I have stretch goals. I have ideas for what I can give away, but I didn't want to just like whack them all down for everybody to think that I was expecting the money. I want people to get excited about them. The first one is this Pestilence A5 color postcard, and hopefully it'll be the first in a set of 4 that will run as the first 4 stretch goals. But if I hit 5,000, if I hit that first target, that's the first stretch goal, and then we'll move on to the rest of the postcard set. I've also got an idea for a badge, a pin badge for Only Death Can Save Us logo and Death himself. And I've gone away and worked out how to get that sorted out for everybody. Then hopefully onto UV spot on the cover. That would be really nice if I got enough money to do that. And if I get oodles of money, then I'll even put in another 5-page backup story. You can read about the team. Rick Hoskin is doing the dialogue for me over my script, and Tim Quinn is the editor. Both of those guys have huge experience in the comic book industry. More about the inspiration that I had as a kid, and our approach about our readers are everything. There are no toxic fans ever, because if you love comics the way they used to be, a fun, action-orientated hero's journey, then you're in the right place. And while you guys are hungry for more stories and lend your support, we'll keep making books. And that's it. It's that connection with people that want to, the audience that want to take part in the stories that I'm creating. So that's a quick run through. I have a featured perk, which is the one it's doing quite well actually. And you get a book, and you get all the poster prints, the A3 poster and the A4 black and whites. You've got a simple book. You've got a book with your name in. So you get your name will appear in Death's list of eternity in the book as a permanent record in the annals of existence, signaling your support for the Warriors of Light. I think that's something you really want to do. Obviously, anybody who takes who buys a perk over that will also get their name in the book. It's just anything over the 25. There's 2 guest art prints, so you can get 2 prints and the book for a price. There's a saver, like a 2-book bundle, so you can save on the postage and on both books. There's a single black and white character sketch and a book. There's 10, or there's actually 11 pages of original art, semi-splash pages from the book, and a collector's bundle, which is the canvas, all of the posters, an A4 sketch, 2 books, 1 to keep, 1 to read, and an A3 original art page from the book. So that's all the tiers, all the books.
That's amazing. And did you have help putting the actual Indiegogo page together? It looks so professional.
Thank you. I mean, I did have help. There's, I can't say I did all this myself. I reached out to multiple people. Michael Bancroft over in Australia gave me a rundown of his thoughts, so that because of his experiences, and a load of other guys, Captain Frederick Head, and Rot, and a whole bunch of people helped me out, and I'm very, very grateful for their wisdom and knowledge. So it's really important, we work especially, with the AAA creators, with Marsh as well. They were on the stream last night in the chat, a lot of them, and they were lending their support. There's so much support out there, and people are prepared to give of their time. And of course, if anybody, if I have a successful campaign, if anybody reached out to me afterwards and said, what do you think of this? I'd be giving my time as well. And that's what's really important about all the creators kind of working together, and that buzz you were saying about earlier, that things are happening. Yeah. The indie scene is really bubbling away at the moment. And as terrible a year as it's been, there's opportunities always come out when there's turmoil. There's always ways of making your way through and finding a path. So, yeah, I've had some help. But obviously, I've put a lot of effort in myself as well. So, it's come out okay.
Yeah, 80 pages is nothing to sneeze at. So
no, hopefully not. Hopefully people will enjoy it. Like I say, 60 pages of story, and then a whole bunch of backup stuff. And if we got far enough, I'd do a 5-page backup story as well, just to say thank you to everybody for the support. So
yeah, that's awesome.
They'd probably have to wait an extra 4 weeks on the delivery time, but I'm sure everybody would be cool with that. My delivery is end of January, and I may well get some books out before Christmas, but I don't want to mess with the Christmas postage, because you don't want things getting lost and what have you. And Commie Markers, the Golden Age is better than Bronze Age. If you want, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I know what's right.
This is Yeah, it looks really, really good. All the artwork I've seen looks dynamite. You know, I saw the preview pages. I downloaded it, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna read it now. I'm gonna wait.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's obviously there's this. You don't want to give too much away, but at the same time, you do want to give people confidence that there's a story there and there's stuff that they can get their teeth into. And fortunately, I'm looking at a 60-page story, so there's another 52 pages to add on to that original 8 that you're getting. Yeah, you're going to want to read it all together. So, I think it works.
Yeah, Stitch, very, very nice colors with those bare-breasted barbarian babes. Okay.
Nice red boobs. You got to like some red boobs.
Oh, he was talking about Gibran's, Doom Barbarian.
Oh, right, was he? Oh, right, okay, yeah. Even more so, yeah.
And he says, Russ, nah, I got the dementias. And he asks, remind me why I want this. I want the book again. Well, I think he showed off a lot. I'm impressed.
But
thank you. But then again, I've seen a ton of your work, and I expected no less.
I was going to say, but then again, I'm easily impressed, so it doesn't really mean much. Nah. Thank you. No, it's especially someone like yourself with obviously discerning taste who's been around the block. It's great to get feedback from someone as knowledgeable as yourself. So thank you.
Thanks. So, as you were setting up your Indiegogo, were you nervous?
Yeah, I mentioned that to a few people last night. It's probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've done. And we kind of all worked out that the reason it's so nerve-wracking is because it's so personal. So I've been in design, publishing, retail, programming, leisure sectors. I had my own business. Been a freelancer since 2010. I've been around the block business-wise. Right. And I was approaching this very much, certainly the Indiegogo aspect of it. I was approaching it in a business manner. I was thinking about things, analyzing things, making sure things were right. But obviously the book is from the heart. So that when you go to press that button to go, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this. It's like, well, wow, you're dealing with the potential of failure, of rejection. And you've got to be strong. You've got to say, no, I believe in this. And this is me. And so it's actually quite a nerve-wracking thing to do because it is so personal. And hopefully, backers and people will get that, will understand just how personal this book is, the story is, and hopefully all the stories in the arc, because I want it to be. I want it to have that kind of span that, not necessarily length. I'm always open to doing new things, but I want it to give it that kind of depth that you had when you picked up a book in the Bronze Age, like this month's Fantastic Four, and Galactus had come down, and you didn't know quite what was going to happen. That kind of fun aspect, right. with enough depth that it keeps you, but a little bit of cheese as well, just fun comics, fun.
Like mine with nudity.
Yeah. Yeah, nudity would be good. I'll have to do another book called Only Boobs Can Save Us or something like that.
They always save us.
They're always, they're soft and they're warm. Come on. They're not all, but they're not always floppy, because I remember as a young man, I used to art direct on sections of a retail catalog called Argos. It was a big deal in the UK, and people. It was before the internet. It was the internet shopping before the internet. So you'd have to buy a big fat book full of products with product descriptions and prices, and you'd take it home and you'd give it to your kids at Christmas and go on, ring the things that you want. And they go, I want one of those. I want an Action Man. I want a doll or whatever, or I want whatever it might be. And they'd ring it, and you wouldn't buy it anyway. But it was like that. It was part of British society, and I got a job art directing sections for it. So I'd be involved with the buyers and the kind of merchandise they wanted in the brochure. But also I had to come up with backgrounds and lighting and what have you, and work with the photographers. And one year I had to do the sunbed section. So we had to get, as you do, you have to get young men and women in to lay on the sunbed, stark bollock naked, which I must stress was not my idea. If you worked with photographers, don't ever eat with them, right? So anyway, we worked in this big sort of warehouse thing. There was all the art department was at the front of the building, and the back of the building was an old bowling alley. So it was a massive, massive building, and at the back of the building, it was all warehouses and photographic studios. And you'd go back there, and they'd say, "Okay, well, we've got this lady laying on the sunbed. Do you want to do a light test?" So they'd get her to set up and do a light test. You're like, "Oh, photographers." Anyway, this one girl was a model. And I used to have to sign off timesheets, and so this long corridor down the middle of it must have been like 100 yards long. So it was a fair corridor, and I'd walked all the way down the corridor to go back to the art department, and I heard a little "Excuse me, Mr. Leach," and I turned around, and I was like, "What is it?" And it was this model. She wanted to get her timesheet signed. And she ran all the way down. She ran all the way down the corridor towards me in the smallest bikini you can imagine, and her boobs did not move.
Oh,
so
boy.
that was the first time I'd ever experienced acknowledging false boobs. And it was quite a thing to behold. I have to say, it was quite a thing to behold. And then she ran back and went home, and I told my wife about it that night, and we both laughed. So, but I remember seeing one spread, and it was where somebody else had done this. It wasn't me, and it was showers. So they had naked people in the showers, men and women. But there was this one of the guys had played a joke on one of the designers, the junior designers had played a joke on the art director for the whole section. A guy called Joe. I won't say his last name. And he was always going on about how much experience he had. And so there was this page, and you can imagine there was a page, and there was square boxes with products in the boxes. And the background shot was kind of a woman like this with her hands above her head, with the shower coming down. And the bloody photographers had taken this shot with her topless, effectively. And what the designer did was he maneuvered the shot so in between the four products in the gutter was a nipple. And it went all the way to print, and they had to put a sticker over it when it went to the shop.
Oh, boy.
It's like somebody was in severe trouble. Of course, everybody just went, "Oh, no, I didn't know anything about it. It was just an accident." But they had this nipple sticker on an Argos brochure. So, Yeah, it's amazing the kind of things you get up to. Only Western flavours. Indeed, Stinch. Hello, Gibran.
So
Sorry.
Speaking of boobs.
Boob stories.
Yeah. There you go.
Here's Gibran.
I'm a boob. I've been working on being a boob for a while, but I think my definition's a little different than y'all's. Oh man, Russ, I want to say the book is looking awesome, dude. You're doing a great job here, man. Loving it.
Thank you.
You know, I'm gonna be real embarrassed here in a second when he allows me to pull mine up.
No, not at all. Not at all. I wanted to do something. Well, first of all, I wanted to do something that I loved, and I love like Bronze Age stuff. But something that's fortunate is it does seem to be that there's not a lot of people doing this kind of stuff. And I think there's something. Looking at your work, which is wonderful, I think there's something to be said.
Such a good liar.
There's something to be said coming to market with something that looks different to everything else.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate. I'm just picking on you. You know me and my big mouth is the reason I can't talk in chat right now. Yeah, because they keep telling me it's a settings problem. But if you didn't notice, I got another account, and my settings don't seem to be messing nothing up. But man, it's looking really good. How many are so 80 pages? Yeah. And let's look here. I'm looking at 80 pages, perfect bound, full color, 60-page story. So you got 20 pages of pinups or character gallery, or
character galleries, concept art, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Awesome. I wanted to fill the book, but there, it's a proper page count. But the book also, I wanted to make sure it was presented well as well. Definitely. So there will be a few pages of, title graphics and that kind of stuff. But I wanted to present the book as professionally as possible. I got the opportunity in the 2 graphic novels I did for Marcosia to actually design the logos and the book jackets and that kind of stuff. And I just think it's important as a presentation. I don't just want to take all the pages, slap them into a cover and go there you go. I want people to feel like they've got a quality product at the end. So it will be 80 plus pages because I would imagine there'll be a few pages of making it look nice.
Okay, cool. And yeah, definitely. You mind me asking where you're going to print through?
Maxim.
You are? Okay, yeah. Definitely.
That seems to be the de facto. Yeah, but I went and found them 2 years ago when I was first looking into printing, and it just seems that everybody else found them as well.
I'm riding that train. I got Mary Boys, and I was just so impressed by it. I was like, "Yep, that's what I'm using."
Yeah. Mary Boys is brilliant. I have my copies here. There they are. Look. They are absolutely fantastic. Wonderful artwork. It's just it's got something about it. It's got that Mad Magazine kind of vibe to it, but with a very British kind of feel to it. It's excellent stuff.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. I love those ink washes in it.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's proper art. That is
cool. And what's your buy-in? Like what's your just for the physical copy?
It's just I was looking at $25, but unfortunately the exchange rate changed when I hit the button. So it's $27. I'm afraid. I meant to make it. I had it in at £20, 20 Great British pounds, and when I checked first of all against the dollar comparison, it was 25. But it went up to 27. So I'd have preferred to have put it in at £19 and $25. But c'est la vie. If people want the book, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah. So. Well, benefit apparently on our failing economy.
Won't that possibly? It could possibly change by the end of the campaign, can it?
Yeah, I think it just depends on what it may be that it's automated and that you pay at that moment in time. So if the exchange rate is better at the end of the campaign than it is at the start, then somebody could be paying slightly less. But I don't know that is necessarily the case. They may set the exchange rate when you hit the go live button.
Yeah, okay.
And that's it for the rest of the for the rest of the process.
Gotcha. I mean, that almost would seem like that would be the smart way to do it. That way, you're not don't hit your number at the end, and all of a sudden a big negative starts showing up. Like, wait a second, exchange rate change. Like, well, no, thank you. So that's great. Let me ask what's your shipping to the States, because shipping to UK is like kicking me in the you know what a little bit, because I hate telling people the shipping prices.
Yeah, I think it's around $15.
Okay, all right. So I'm kind of close. It's a little bit more.
Yes, it's not awful, but that does include, obviously, you've got packaging as well. It's not just if I just put down, if it was just literally just the bare price to get it there, that wouldn't cover any package. Sorry, that wouldn't cover any packaging time or anything else. So I think you've got to bear in mind P&P, the whole thing, because it does cost money to buy packaging. You're probably looking on a per book. You might be looking at $1.50 per book, maybe a bit more, depending on what packaging you're putting.
Is that Gibran mailers that you are?
I've actually got I've got some A4 large letter cardboard boxes, and I've also got some bubble wrap, and then the books are actually going into a see-through plastic sleeve. And they'll also be boarded as well.
I'm going to save a lot of money. I'm going to tape my comic together and just stick a stamp on the cover.
It's been done, mate.
Well, one guy, I think it was Wanger, was putting them in Ziploc bags and then packaging them out.
God.
Well, I think it was like right during the beginning of COVID, and he couldn't get bags and boards, so he just moved to Ziploc bags so he could get the book out. I mean, as long as I guess they show up, okay, I guess. That might be something I want to do. That sounds good and redneck for me, though, That might be the way to do it. Every book comes with a free chicken egg. No, that's a lie, people. I'm sorry. Oh, man.
We kid.
Yeah, we kid. If you haven't figured out yet, people, I'm a joke. No. Maybe. That's the other thing, guys. I appreciate it. Got these guys here. Their names. These guys have done stuff, and they allow me to come rub elbows with them. And I really appreciate it.
There's no allowing. There's no allowing.
You're allowing me. I appreciate it.
There's no allowing. People get hung up. You don't. I know you don't. But there are people that get hung up about being professional. Are you a pro? And I see it. I see some of it on the old Twitter, where people get very defensive about who's a pro and who's in the real comic book industry, and that's crap. It's about making books. It's about creating entertainment. And if somebody wants to pay for that book, then you're a pro. It's as simple as that. And professional doesn't always mean that you've been paid for it. There are amateurs out there who act far more professionally than a lot of the professionals. So it's a state of mind as well.
Get paid? Get paid more than professionals.
Well, not so much about the payment. Like I say, there's that two ways of looking at it. You got the basic, I get paid, I must be a pro. But if you're an arsehole, you're an arsehole.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You're doing a fine job.
Thank you, Russ. I'm glad you've noticed. It's not like that. I'm here to have fun. That's my whole thing. I think if you're having fun, people see it and they have fun too. And I like that, and it goes with me. And that's my thing. And obviously, I like to run my mouth a little bit, and it's all in fun, though. Obviously. And I just think it just, I don't know. I guess it helps me. Maybe it hinders me. I don't know. But I'm having fun.
That's all. That really is all that matters, and people see that. Yeah. That's what's great. That's what I found great about YouTube, is that people get to know you. People get to know the characters on YouTube, and it's because we're not trained. None of us are trained in screen presentation, we tend to let out who we really are. Because we're not fibbing. None of us are fibbing. We're just being us in front of a camera. And obviously there's plenty of characters out there who are really good in front of a camera. They're just like naturals. But none of us have been trained for it. And so a lot of the people that are watching, they get that connection. And I've mentioned this before. I was certainly saying it on the streams last night, is the reason that people felt so strongly about comics was because they felt connected to them. They and through people like Stan Lee and what have you, and the editorial staff and the way Marvel Comics used to feel really connected to the people that made comics, that were in comics, that were about comics, other comic book collectors and readers. And I think that's what like this kind of underground, this kind of indie movement is bringing back. And people are digging it, and that's why they're putting money into crowdfunders.
I mean, and I think that was another thing with like the 80s and 90s. I felt like I had like I just got back into comics in the late 80s and 90s because it almost kind of had that I don't give a damn attitude. It was all about leather and spikes there for a while, and I don't know. It really drew me back in as a young adult back into comic books. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I found like the Simon Bisleys, and I got back into heavy metal magazines and all that stuff. You know. It definitely, I refound comic books for a second time, you know, like with Lobo and all that good stuff, you know.
That was punk rock.
Yeah, definitely.
That was punk rock comics back then. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want that back.
Yeah, I think there's room for all of it if it's done with heart, if it's done with passion. There's, you know, I talk about all ages books. I love like Bronze Age books and what have you, but I also love Killing Joke. I also love Watchmen. You know, there's room for all of it as long as it's done with passion. It's something that the mainstream industry got so badly wrong was the way they kept on deconstructing everything after Watchmen, just because Watchmen was a success.
Yeah.
Now, Moore never meant to destroy the comic book hero. He just wanted to analyze it in that story and see the way it worked. But because it made a lot of money and because it struck the right chord at the right moment in time, because we were all into that like punk rock comic book, the suits were like, make more of that.
Yeah, and that's it right there. It's the suits got involved, Hollywood money showed up, and it changed everything. So not the bad mouth it to a huge extent, but I feel that's kind of the destruction a little bit.
Yeah. You know, it's like comics are in many ways, to me at least, like movies, and in that everybody involved in putting together comics think that, you know, this is going to be great. You know, not always the case.
No.
You know, both professionally and not professionally, but like you said, if they're doing it with passion, doing it with love, then, you know, I was watching a show yesterday or the other day about these creators doing a book called Rags. And it was really a well done book, and you know, it's not for everybody. It's a lot of nudity, whatever.
I'm down.
But, you know, they definitely love what they're doing. They definitely, you know, like it. They just would constantly talking about, well, you know, the lettering sucked to begin with. You know, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Yada yada yada. But, you know, people loved it, and really that's what gives you an opportunity to make it better as you go. And to me, it's like, if you could just crowdfund your first couple of issues, then you're off to the races. You know, if you're looking to do a series on whatever, and you crowdfund and you just get enough to, you know, print it and ship it and you know, work on the next issue, you're golden.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, delivery. That's what it comes down to, and then consumer trust. So you've got to convince everybody. You especially if you're a newbie, you've got to sort of get people to be confident in you, and then once you've gained that confidence, you have to reward it by producing the goods. And then once you've done that, the large percentage of the people you've produced the goods for, who have hopefully enjoyed the book at the same time, will then be standard bearers for you. Because they'll believe in you. They'll know they'll get a good product if they buy a second one for you. And if anybody talks to them about you, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah." Even the people that maybe it isn't quite right for them, they didn't quite enjoy it as much as they thought, will at least go, "Yeah, I won't be buying the second one, but it was a quality product. And if you're into that kind of thing, I suggest you go buy it." So it's all about confidence and delivery, I think.
I feel that. As new guys, it's always a learning experience, and the next book's going to get better, and the next book's going to get better, and I'm just throwing this out there. It's like, even if I fail at what I'm doing, I'm going to wear this as a badge of honor, because I put it out there. I jumped off the cliff. If I hit the bottom, I'm going to climb the cliff back up again, and I'm going to jump again. I'm too stupid not to. So it's going to keep happening, This is just how I've done it my whole life. This is how I did music. I kept getting on the stage and think, we weren't getting record deals, but we didn't stop, because there's this passion, this thing that you want in there, and you just want to be part of it, and you want to get your stories out, and you want to do what you want to show what you want to do,
Definitely. Yeah. Keep going at it. It's like I was talking to Marsh last night. Hi, Marsh is in the chat.
Hey, Marshall.
Thanks so much for having me on last night, mate. That was great. And we were talking. He'd got a question from I think it was from Stinch actually, about where do you stop, and what Stinch was getting on at was where do you stop if you have an idea, where is it worn out, and maybe you change an idea and go for another one, but we took it to a wider frame of reference to suggest, when do you stop? When do you say, I've given up, I can't do this anymore, or I'm never going to make it? And we sort of came to an agreement where it's probably about your goals. What goals do you set for yourself? If you say, I'm going to be Jim Lee, then you're going to set yourself up to fail. But if you say, no, I'm going to make the things I want to make, and I'm going to do it for me, then you're more likely to succeed. And if that turns into you being the next Jim Lee, then that's great. But you've got to decide on your goals right up front as to what you want out of what you're doing. And as long as it makes you happy, as long as it's what you want to do, and it's not making you feel bad about it, then do it. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it.
Yeah. I remember when I was in college, and I wish I was more musically inclined back then. But there were, I had a lot of friends who were forming bands and just making music and playing music, and I became a roadie for one band for a little bit. It's just like, if there's anything you want to do, just jump in and do it. I have big ambitions for putting together a whole superhero team and putting out individual books of the individual characters. At the end of the day, it's like, if it could just pay for itself, then I'm solid,
Yeah. If I make my target, it kind
not
of
that making a little money isn't nice.
Of course, yeah, it's always nice, isn't it? If I make my target, it just kind of gets me into a situation where I can go into the next book. If I break my target, maybe double it. If I'm really fortunate, then I'm guaranteed the next book, that I have enough money to make that next book without getting any other work at all. So that's the aim, isn't it? That's where you want to be.
And here's where I let out a little of the real give back here. If I can fund this book, it'll put my wife at ease for me acting like a fool on the internet. So
Yeah, you kind of got to explain yourself. What are you doing in there? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, she just sat behind me like, what are you telling these people? I'm like, man, it's okay. Like,
yeah, I'm not giving them a name and address. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's
So,
like,
I
get the character out playing online. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to take a moment, and there's a reason why I got Gibran into this hangout live stream. I want him to share his campaign currently going.
Yes, put it on. I'm gonna have to go in 5, Pete, but get it on now so I can see.
Okay.
It.
All right, let me pull it up here. There it is. So, sharing my screen. It's been a minute since I've done this. I'm a little rusty, people. I've had 3 weeks off, 2.5 weeks off. Jeff is building a Hobbit house. I mean, an art studio in his front yard. Let's see. All right. If I'm sharing, I think I'm up.
Okay.
All right. Here we are, guys. This is Doom Barbarian. This is my book. I decided to put it out September 1st. I've got a fixed goal of $1,500. If I hit that, I can fund. Okay. And sword. It's a sword. I call it sword and sorcery with a punchline. And then I'm going to go ahead and read my little spill here. Doom Barbarian is a 60-page sword and sorcery in space with a punchline. From wasteland planets run by magic to overpopulated planets consumed in tech, Doom Barbarian and his six-eyed techie friend Tug are galactic bounty hunters looking for adventure and to make a few bucks along the way. Have they bitten off more than they can chew, rescuing a slave girl from one of the galaxy's most worst villains? All right. So this book will, like, for $25, you're going to get Doom Barbarian. You're also going to get 2 mini comics. You will receive the Bar Fight mini comic and Tales from the Dead Knight. So these are the 2 mini comics. I'm going to go with the books for $25. You're going to get the 60-page comic and 2 minis. All right. And here's some pictures right here. This is Doom Barbarian. Let's go on. The first 5 pages do exist. So they'll load in. What's going on? There we go. All right. Here's my pages. Show a little bit. So this is how the book kind of looks. It's got this I guess painted style, you'll say, to it. It's definitely a lot. It's not traditional. And the book, my book is a punchline on itself. When I wrote this, my idea was a Mel Brooks movie, like Spaceballs, is what I was going for. You know, with my underlying stuff of like Lobo and stuff. And I try to give nods in the character. Like right here, it's like, not bad. 4 pages in, I've already killed something. Because you're going down, meatbag, and then the girl's complaining. She's like, "Show your butt in a comic book." They said it'll help your career. They said, "Well, this slug's no Lodo." So she's making a Lobo reference, but I don't want to put Lobo in there. So I don't need DC knocking on my door. So, and there we go. And there's my first few pages of Doom Barbarian. And then you come into Bar Fight, and Bar Fight's going to look a little bit more. I don't know how you'd say that. Not so. It's still scribbly looking, but it's definitely not. It's not painted. It's going to be a black and white comic. So, and then you get this. This is Bar Fight right here. And then don't forget, I'm going to say this now. These books are for 18 and up. I've got a warped mind, people. You can't do this stuff to children. So, because this right here, if you, this is like another page of Bar Fight right here. And I don't want to read this on air because we don't need to demonetize Pete's channel. So you go through and read this yourself. And then after that, we have Tales of the Dead Knight, which is a mini comic. And it's kind of more towards that, kind of Conan sword and sorcery feel to it a little bit more. It's a black and white. And here's a couple pages of that. And then if I can hit my first stretch goal, which is $3,000, I will drop Jurassic Jibs Hunting Safari. And yes, this was like the big joke that was going on in Jeff's show, one of the big jokes we were doing.
Yeah.
And I'm basically going to go ahead and write a mini comic for it.
You ain't lasting.
Yeah, if you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting, people. We've got that right there. And then that's what I'm working on here, actually. See, because Doom Barbarian, I would say now is a good 97% done. There's a few pages. We're going to do a reread of it. I am relettering a few things. Whenever I move things to TIFF files, it like blew some of my my word balloons up and like kind of made them look like they're like a golden book or a scholastic book. So I need to go back and shrink some of that stuff down. But the book is basically completely painted. It's like 4 pages from being fully lettered, and I am now moved on. And the other 2 minis are done, and I am now on Jurassic Jib. That's what I'm working on here. That's what this is right here, people. This is, I don't know if you can see those, but that's why I'm sharing my screen right now. I'll show that in a second. But yes, that's where I'm at. And then that's what I've got going on. I've got a few other stretch goals that are going to unlock if I can actually pull this one off, where I even have a crazy stretch goal, which I doubt I'm going to hit, of $10,000. But if I do, I'm going to pull a Doug to Naples, and I'm going to shave my beard off.
Yes.
Wow.
This is where, hold on. Because this is where we need to quit sharing my screen, and we need to pull this camera up and go, I'm talking about shaving my beard off.
That's some serious beard. Look at that. That's a man's beard.
These pictures of me are real that y'all see online. Yeah. Bam! Hold on, look at that. Yeah. I'm willing to kill this thing. I'm willing to shoot the possum that's on my chin for 10 grand. Yeah, that's
I think you got another pleasure.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna have to shoot now. But just before I go, I backed it as well, and I get the sketch card. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to that because I dig that in a big way. I think it looks really, really cool.
Thank you so much, Russ.
All right, I've got to shoot off because I've got to go and see the guys. Thank you very much for having me on. It's always an absolute pleasure to speak to you, Gibran, and to you, Pete. Thank you for showing my book, and we'll do another stream real soon. You as well, Gibran.
Right,
we'll sort something out. Say good luck with the book. Where is my copy? I want it now.
Oh, there you go. It's coming. It's coming. We're gonna blame the mail right now. We're voting it over.
See you guys
later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh man.
All right.
Fun. But yeah, the other thing is I do have original art. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my campaign just for a second longer, if you don't mind, Pete. One thing is I do have 2 original art tiers in my campaign because I
pledge to Russ's campaign. Go share Russ's campaign.
Definitely. Where was I at here? One last thing I wanted to say is I have 2 original art tiers. I have the 8.5 by 11, which are these smaller paintings like this one here. And then I have a 14 by 11, which you can't tell what is going on with that because of my light. So let's kind of move it. So that light is killing everything right now for me. There we go. A little bit better. There was something. There we go. These are those. This size right there. And I got one more because I wasn't sure how well these were going to show. They're kind of dark. If I can get the light on that one. See, these are the smaller pages. And then the other ones are actually on canvas board, and they're like this size right here. So they're a little bit bigger. Cool. What is going on here? Dude, you've been practicing spells to grow that? You damn right, dude. I am related to Gandalf. My name is Gibdolf. I should have went through my names, man. I'm Gibdolf the Gray. That's Gray with an R, people. Don't you mispronounce that. I'm sorry. I get loud. I'm more caffeine.
I mentioned to Russ early in the show that I got campaigns I already have to pay for, and I'm waiting on my payday, which comes in randomly. Being freelance, but I do want to pledge to your campaign. I've already been sharing it out as every chance I get. And I wanted to have you on to, talk about it and show it off like you have. And I hope you make it, man. And I believe you can. It's a good looking book, a fun book. And I want to see more and more issues. I want to see you just like get phenomenal with the art and the story and go to town.
There's something else. I feel like, already just what I'm doing now is like completely, at least in my opinion, is like leaps and bounds of where I was 2 years ago when I was starting doing Barbarian. And, I'm really digging, the way Jurassic Jib is coming out. I'm really enjoying the book. I'm having fun with it. And it's like, and I feel like the stories are getting even crazier, and I enjoy that, it's just so much fun to do that. And I also want to thank you, Pete. You've been a great friend, man. You've always pushed my work. You've always got me on the shows, and thank you for that, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. So is that true? Jeff is building a Hobbit house.
So y'all haven't seen it? He's been posting it online.
Yeah, I saw his post on Instagram.
He's building an art studio in the front of his house, man. And I was wondering, like, because my wife's like, oh my God, they already got their first snow. I'm guessing up in the mountains in Colorado. It's like 100 and something degrees here in Texas right now. And my wife's like, the thing is, she was ready to get out of Colorado, but she's missing that weather. And it's like, oh, it's already snowing in the mountains. I was thinking, well, Jeff better be putting insulation in that shed, man. He's going to be out there turning into a Jeff sickle.
Yeah, it's just bare bones what he got up. So yeah, I hope he insulates.
He's been working on that thing for a minute. So he needs a break, man. He needs a rest. That dude moved. He's building a shed. He's like, have you got any rest? No. Like, man, I slept for 2 days after that thing, man. After that, until the Artcast paused, I got a good 2 days worth of sleep. Kind of lounged around, and I was finally like, I got to get back to doing some stuff, you know. And it you know how it is. You take that little bit of a break, and it's hard to kind of to rev back up a little bit. And then when you've been doing it, I know, like you're saying yourself, you're kind of hitting the wall a little bit. But when you're doing it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and into you hit that wall, and you're like, oof, I need a break.
Yeah, I've been there, and because I'm juggling a bunch of different stuff, I decided on a new schedule, which is I'm doing it every other day now. Mm-hmm. So I think that really works. It's like I almost have a day off because I don't have to be in the public. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a break every other day.
I definitely see that. I mean, turning the camera on and getting in front of this and you know, saying something, not having dead air, trying to be entertaining. It takes a lot, you know. It's not an easy task. I mean, go watch my early videos where I'm just like, and can't get through the words. I'm having a rough time talking. And now I'm a mile a minute. But a big thing I've noticed that helps, like if you're having a rough time on YouTube, people, get on the show with somebody else because they'll feed off each other. It's got a lot of back and forth, and you're not just sitting there trying to think of something to say. You know, it kind of moves things along, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, it was way back when me and Jeff started the Artcast Chat, and that we learned pretty early that we got a lot more work done during the show, and then we'd hang out afterwards, just like you guys do now. Oh yeah, and then now I've got homeschool for the kids going on, and it's just been, it was getting rough for me there for a little bit, and so the break was definitely needed. And then I haven't talked to Jeff in a couple of days. I've just kind of been giving him some space. So I know he's trying to get a lot done, and but I'm gonna probably hit him up next week, and if he doesn't hit me up and just say, we want to start up again, what's up? See if we get to going. But I don't want to, I'm going to talk to him because, to be honest with you, there's no way I'm going back to 7 days a week. That was killing me, dude. That was killing me. He's always happy to have other people on. And
he's not allowed to do that either, Pete. Come on now. We're on contract. That's all a joke. That's all. Yeah, of course you can have whatever you want on. But no, man. And I think that was the thing, is getting on that show and getting consistent really opened me up. You know what I'm saying? Opened my mouth up for sure. But and it was bad because the chat was just antagonizing it. It was just go with it, let's do it. Having fun. And it really, I don't know. I feel like the character, or me, or whatever you want to call this, is blossomed into something fun. So I enjoyed it. Definitely, we're making characters out of me. So, yeah. When we gonna make a character out of you, Pete? Come on, I'll draw a comic book. And I'll be like, don't you dare, Gib. I'm just kidding.
What is it? Jeff said I look like Kojak now. So.
What?
Just George Kojak.
Kojak.
when I first shaved my head.
Uh-huh.
And posted a picture, and he's like, Kojak.
Oh yeah,
You're right.
Well, we all hear.
That's his reference. It's way back when.
Yeah, that's a reference. At least, yeah, way back. At least you got a cool reference. He swears that I'm driving a dually pickup, mudding every weekend. Shooting firearms in the air. That's the story. I'm letting him believe that too, though. So don't lose that lie.
So are your kids in the new season of school?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to homeschool them throughout the remainder of the year?
Mm-hmm. I was homeschooling them before.
Yeah, because like our school in town opened up, but they gave the option to parents to either continue homeschooling, or to actually have them in school.
Yeah.
So I was just curious.
Now, see,
I don't.
We have the same options, I guess, if we went public school, but at the end we were going to go public school, but at the end we pulled back, and we were already homeschooling our kids, so we went ahead and just decided to go ahead and keep with that. That way I can keep spreading the lies that I'm like an historical figure. I need them to believe that I was like, Dad was the 32nd president of the United States, right? Damn right.
My great grandfather was the first president.
Yeah, exactly. We rule America with an iron fist. Look at all of our luxuries. Dad, we live in a little rundown house. Exactly. They ain't paying well. But no, yeah. So.
Mosh goes, if you guys start the show back up, I'll try to get on, even if I have to stay up crazy hours. If Russ can do it, I should be able to, I guess. LOL.
You're welcome. I mean, I don't let's stop that real quick. You're welcome, but we got to realize that I have no control over Jeff's show. I'm just on it. Yeah. He just allows me to run my mouth, and he allows his subscriber count to take a deep dive due to the fact that I'm on that show. So thank you, Jeff.
Well, I've told you privately, but I'll tell you publicly that you should, continue doing videos, and you have new ones up. You have some music, you have some art.
No, slowly. I mean, I need to start doing the live streams. I do. I have to lie. I've enjoyed these last 2.5 weeks of just being paused. And then the 7 day, when we were doing 7 days a week, we were trying to hit this momentum. Yeah. We were trying to keep it going. And there was just no way I was doing a live show, dude. It was like, no, it's like, I'm not going on anybody else's show. I'm not doing nothing except getting up and doing this, because this is our plan. And it was hurting, And I don't think it had been so bad, except we were doing this show that was ending at 2:00 in the morning for me, And then we were staying up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning behind the scenes. Yeah. And then I was getting up at like 10, 8 o'clock in the morning. So it was like 2-hour nights of sleep and stuff starts making you crazy. And I'm already crazy, people.
Well, definitely. I mean, like the few times I've been on with you guys, and we hung out afterwards, I'd be done 5 a.m. my time, and then it would take me a couple hours to crash because you're all hyped up, even if you're exhausted. So my next day would be totally blown.
Yeah.
And it would take me a day to get back on a normal schedule.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know. I like it because here's my thing is, dude, you want to know the best ideas I felt we were coming up with behind the scenes? They were all happening at about 6 o'clock in the morning. We were all dead tired. The walls are down. You're seeing real people. There's no buffer towards anything you're saying at this point. And then gold starts to come out. I swear. Yeah. And that's when, them late nights is when you start thinking of really cool stuff. And, there was some stuff some stuff we got, we talked about, and just things, ideas we have, who knows if they'll move forward in certain things, but we have some pretty cool ideas. And I don't know, that's kind of where the idea would throw the mini comics into the campaign came from. It was like, that's a good idea. I've got all these mini comics. Maybe I should be putting these in just to give that added extra. So I'm like it's like, if I can't give you the Mona Lisa, than give them the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? Bad as that sounds. So
well, I mean, it's also an opportunity to get more of your comics out.
Definitely.
You know, it's smart.
Yeah. So it's you know, we got some crazy, you know, got some cool ideas, and we'll see what happens. You know, and Jeff's got that big thing, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, when you got a family, it's family first. Your family comes first, no matter what. You know, and that's what's going on right now. That he's moving, trying to get everything together. Jeff has invited me. Hopefully, he'll invite me again. No, Marshall, I told him not to. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm sure he'll invite you, dude. Come on. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see that crowdfunding thing from March. That's what I've been waiting on. I know it's coming. I know it's brewing in the background. I can see the wheels turning.
He's working on it. Got to push that March, and I got to send him some retro stuff for him to work on. And you know, we did something together that people haven't heard of yet, but you know, I'm keeping it on the wraps at the moment.
Oh, the trash. That's what he's telling them.
I threw it in the trash.
It's all good. You've been busy, man. I know what you got going on. I know what you're doing. You got a deadline you're trying to hit, and you need to hit it. And I get it. Definitely, I get that. I get it more than ever now. Don't get me wrong, dude. I get it more than ever because I don't see. At one point when I thought I was going to be halfway done with this book and I was going to run that campaign last year when you did, we were talking. I was like, I'm going to run mine too. And I backed off of it because I got in such fear that putting out a book that was just 50% done, I was just going to dig me into a bog that I was not going to get out of. And I'm a nobody. And since I don't have a name, I do not want to stumble over this first block of not getting this first book out. And I was really worried about it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm, like I said, 97, 98% done here. And it was still nervous pushing that button because it's like, man, I just, you know, there's room to stumble still. There's still room to stumble. But you know how it is. Sooner or later, you got to jump off the cliff.
Yeah. Stitches, give me urinals.
I'm gonna, yeah, that's it. Stretch goal, urinal cakes.
So March says, early next year, something will surely be crowdfunded by me, God willing. That's definitely the plan. That would be awesome.
Just close your eyes and take the Nestea plunge.
Yeah, you know. I think whatever Marsh does, because of he's got such a crowd of people behind him, and his channel's blowing up, and you know, I know people are salivating, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, definitely, man. He's building a good audience, man. They look strong. He's got himself a nice community going, man. It sounds like he's ready. You know, it's time to just jump. You know, and you'd be like me, be the dumbass be dumb like me and jump without that padding down there. See what happens. It doesn't hurt. Falling on your face don't hurt. That's what I keep hearing.
Well, you know, just keep pushing your book and keep pushing your campaign. You know, just post about it every day. Definitely. Don't think that people are going to get tired of seeing the same post over and over. That's usually not the case.
Yeah.
And anybody who supports you doesn't mind seeing that you're talking about it. You know.
Yeah.
And more often than not, more people that haven't seen your posts pop up will start to see it.
Definitely. Yeah, I noticed that Facebook, when I drop stuff on Facebook, it doesn't make it to very many of my Facebook friends. You know, and I don't know if that's a thing. Like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or whatever. You know, just like my chats.
Well, it's the algorithm, and yeah. You know, they say, like, you know, post a picture and words in the main post, and then post your link as a comment, and that more people will see it. And you know, it's like you still don't know how many people are seeing it, but
yeah.
But it's I think more people see it that way.
Definitely. And I think, the greatest thing is getting that personality out there, screaming from the mountaintops, just keep screaming from the mountaintops. You're right, dude. It's like right now, it's only going to happen for a month, maybe 2. And people, my feed can deal with me screaming and hollering for 2 months, and I'm not going to do it after that for a minute. So enjoy.
Yeah.
So,
people want to see you succeed, more people than those that have pledged,
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah.
like maybe similar people in my situation, or just, waiting to get paid, or, whatever the case.
Well, I'm gonna go into this with the biggest smile on my face. I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm gonna enjoy the ride, because that's what it's about for me. Just enjoying this ride, seeing if people like it. They do, awesome. If they don't, back to the drawing board. And I got more stuff back in the background now that I can, fluff other stuff with. So it's all good.
All right. Yeah.
I want to ask you real quick, since I'm in here now, and we were talking about my chats a second ago. You couldn't pull me out of hidden chats?
Well, I did. I mean, let me see. Let me go back to the beginning.
Yeah, I've been having this chat issue now for like forever.
Okay, so you said, "Can you see my chat?" And it was hidden, so I unhid it. But I had to do that every time.
Yeah.
To see what you were chatting until the last one.
Before I moved to the other.
Yeah, I think the last one you can see me, Pete ? I didn't have to unhide that one. It worked for whatever reason you did it at that point, but then you switched to your other. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have the other account. But they're not, dude. I haven't gotten any warnings. I haven't received anything, dude. I mean, in the chat show up in mine. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I don't get it. Stitch goes, use light blue and orange in the picture ads. People pull a stop in their scrolling for specific colors.
Oh,
interesting.
I'm gonna try that. Thank you, Stitch. I ain't scared to try anything once. Oh my god! I just wrote that on a drawing. Well, that was stupid. Thank God for Photoshop.
Oh boy.
See, the thing is, I keep a bunch of notes next to me, and I had the notes sit with drawings sitting on the notes. I put that on the drawing. That'll be fine. Life goes on. Joke's on me. Yeah, man.
You need stickum notes.
Yeah. Oh my god! Oh, that could kill me. They'd be everywhere, dude. I just have pages upon pages of notes. Like when you show, I'm constantly writing stuff on the side. People got good ideas, man. People have good ideas and give good. I mean, really, a lot of people give good advice, man. They got some good. Like that was great. I never heard that before, and I'll definitely give that a shot. I try anything once, Stench. Well, almost anything.
So let's see. So go to Only Death Can Save Us, Indiegogo. I actually can't grab anything without slowing down everything. But the link is in my video description box for those that want to jump on Only Death Can Save Me. That's Russ Leach's project, his passion project. And Gibran is the same, except it says Doom Barbarian.
Only Death Can Save Us. Look at his stuff here. I mean, I need to get on that still, too. I'm in that same boat. I think everybody's kind of in that same boat right now, kind of financial.
Hi, Marsh. He says, all right, gotta get going. Good luck, Gibran.
Thank you.
And Stitch asks asks a question that I've been wondering. Are you in the AAA Discord?
Me? No, I
Yes.
am not. I am not. I'm not even sure really. I hear people talk about Discord. You know, I don't really understand. I mean, I guess it's like a forum. Is that what it is? I'm confused.
It's like a forum. Yeah. You should definitely check it out. You should definitely join. It's pretty much the link to it is in the Marshall's videos, but I can just share it with you after the stream. It's a great group of artists and writers and people working on comics and sharing what they're doing, and it's where I share that I'm doing a stream, and 3 more people watch it.
Awesome. Hey man, 3 more people, dude. 3 more.
Yes.
But, definitely. I'm looking over here at Only Death Can Save Us, man. Y'all should definitely go check this out. He is 27% funded. He's got 29 days left. He's got some great perks, guys. $40 for 53 US. You get a full print set and a book. Full print set. Wow. That includes 80-page graphic novel, the 4 Horsemen A3 poster, a Rob Willis A4 print, Renzo Rodriguez A4 print, Mike Emirates, I've heard that name before, A4 print,
yep.
And Amrit Birdie an A4 print. Very awesome, dude. That's the one right there. That's the package. If people, you got a little extra, that's the one to grab.
Yeah. He's got an amazing Indiegogo campaign page set up.
Definitely.
I was totally impressed. And it's a beautiful looking book thus far. He's still working on it, but he should have a majority of it done by the time the campaign's done.
Oh, yeah, he's a pro guy. He's going to get this done in time. He's not going to slack. He's treating this like his job. You know what I'm saying? So, no worries in that from Russ, I'm sure. Really good looking book. I'm kind of scrolling through it here. I love how he's got this, like the front page here with the Only Death Can Save It. It looks like a straight bronze comic. That I'm not sure what they call it. They got the like the inker and the letter and all that stuff on that front page. Oh, it looks nice. I like how he's done that. He's got a nice setup going on. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I gotta quit looking at this or I'm going to bounce my bank account. My wife's going to be mad. Like, I bought it. You thought you were going on a stream to sell a comic? Well, I bought one. Okay? Just chill.
Well, your campaign doubled, I think, while we were streaming.
Thank you, Pete, and thank you everybody in the chat. Just coming and listening to me ramble my mouth. I appreciate that in the least, and I mean, thank y'all guys. It did. I really appreciate it, guys. I have waiting for it to load here so I can spit the number out. Yes, guys, I'm 17% funded. I'm trying to get $1,500, and that's gonna get me. It's a fixed goal. That's gonna get the what I've got now printed and out to you, and then the next step from the 1,500 will be the 3,000. To try to get Jurassic Jibs Hunting Safari in the book, in the campaign also. So don't forget about that. If you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting, people.
Awesome.
Here's the thing. Here's a funny piece. It's like I don't know how. It's funny when I come on the stream sometimes. It's like, okay, this is me. Let's not lie. This is me. But I amp myself up to about 11 or 12. And I kind of got to judge who I'm going on with sometimes. On how far to push that, because let's admit, there's been some nights on Jeff's show where I'm sure people are like, oh my God, and Jeff's giving me the green light. Just keep it going, dude. It's okay. And I'm just, but you gotta, when you're going on other people's streams, like I'm gonna use Frank Salazar, for example. I can't run, there's things I can't say. I cuss like a sailor, people. And it's like, I try to back off of that on certain people's streams, like on Pete's. I'm trying not to drop a bunch of 4-bangers on Pete's stream here. So
it's okay. Other people have.
Don't open that floodgate, bro. We can demonetize. It's like, oh man, first show I ever got monetized. Thanks, good.
Well, I already have. already have chicks, flashing their boobs on my when I'm working on.
Perfect. Oh, you do. Yeah, close up of this page I can see.
Yeah, you didn't
You're
look
hiding
close
this
enough.
page from you're hiding this page from us, man. What? Retro has a different rating than I thought it did. Apparently.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look at it.
Well, it's I'm doing mature comics. It's not going to be heavy, like yours, but there'll be some unity, some blood, some.
Oh, definitely. Man.
First issue is tame, but
we'll
wrap it up as we
go. Yeah, first issue's tame as chicks are flashing in a panel. First issue's tame. Okay, what's your definition of tame?
I just want to. I want the show that people appreciate Retro, my character in the book. So Stitch says, arrange a crowdfunding race, Gib versus Russ.
I'm
already in a race with Russ as far as getting subscribers. Currently 774 I'm up to, which I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Shooting for 1,000, and so is Russ. Russ, he's 550 something, I believe. I forget his last count, but he's growing. Since he launched, I think he got a bunch of new subscribers, which is excellent, and that's one of the perks. It's like as you show that you're doing a crowdfunder, and if you're actually uploading videos or streaming, then you'll get a lot new subscribers coming your way.
For sure. It's like I remember when we first heard about that on the Artcast, we were me and Jeff decided to throw Frank Salazar's hat in the ring on that too, and we were doing pretty good. He got an extra 100 subscribers, and he was stoked about that. We were too. We were finally like, okay, we're not going to be able to get you to 1,000. We'll get you 100 subscribers. Yay! Took that as a success. But no, yeah, definitely, guys. And that's another thing is a good thing to say right here. Definitely go subscribe to Pete. Go subscribe to Russ. They are trying to get up in there. I think with 1,000 you monetize. Am I wrong about that? Am I a liar? No. I don't know if you heard me, Jeremy.
What was the last part?
Sorry, I'm talking like Boomhauer. It said 1,000 subscribers you monetize your channel.
Yeah,
1,000. They changed all that stuff.
Because I was a partner of YouTube, and they changed the rules, so I sort of let it go for a while, and then I wasn't as consistent. But I was like, I really want to get back there, and I've been really pushing it as of late. So yeah, now I'm trying to get there. So Stitch says, at you, contact me, and I'll DM you guys a PDF copy of some work for one of yours.
For sure.
One of our one of our what? You want us to check out your work, or you want us to share on our stream? I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
I'm not sure.
Let me know.
One of yours. Working on getting.
And it came from the radio. That's my friend Mark Torres. Man, it took me forever on YouTube. Back when I was first YouTubing to get to 100. So, good luck, man. It might be easier nowadays. I'm not sure.
To get to 100?
To get to 100, I don't know. I mean, I'm much further along, so maybe I just got a skewed look at it. But Gibran, Stitch says, Gibran, you need a certain watch time to hit monetization. Yeah, you need 4,000 hours watched on your channel, as well as 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, 4,000 hours watched in the last 12 months, not total, just in the last 12 months.
Oh, okay. 20 a year. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of haven't kept up with that monetization. Just kind of. I mean, if it came along, would I kick it out of the bed? Of course not. But it's nothing I've been fighting over, and trying to do.
Right.
And let's not lie. I got spoiled, man. I got spoiled. I got on a stream with a guy who has a decent sub count, and and that's awesome. I can't even believe he brought me on his show, dude. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, Jeff? You're just going to ruin your whole name doing this.
Jeff's a cool guy, and he puts together a great show.
Definitely. Y'all all cool guys, man.
He's definitely been doing it. He's been more consistent with his channel than a lot of us. And he's done, I don't know, over 600 videos. I just checked mine, and I'm like 560. I don't know, somewhere around there, like videos. But they're so random. That's why I started, making comics and art. Try to be consistently one thing here. So Stitch says, Peter Palmiotti, trade PDF files, a book of mine for a book or a mini comic of yours. Oh, I gotcha. Awesome. I don't have anything at the moment. But Gibran has some mini comics he's made.
Definitely. In the background, I have a few.
Yeah. Thanks for the offer, dude.
I'm down.
There's a lot more people. A lot more people doing mini comics, and it's on my freaking list. I got way too many things to do, and I want to do like short stories, a bunch of short stories. I want to do mini comics. I want to do a regular sort of comic serial, something I've thought of a while back that I've been meaning to get to. But yeah, I'm sort of working on a graphic novel as well as retro, as well as my friend Randy's Hawk of New York, and commissions, and I got too much going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got way too much going on because you didn't name something. You didn't name it all because I saw your name pop up on another anthology recently.
Oh, really? Now?
Yeah, I thought it did. Maybe I should go back and look. I swear it popped up on a Wildcat anthology.
Yeah. Actually, that's going to be a collaboration.
Doing that way?
Me and Lucifer Storm, otherwise known as Flay, and Abe. Forget his last name.
Parson?
He's He's gone by that Hellboy character for so long. I forget. But the three of us will be collaborating on the story, so that should be really interesting.
Oh, wow,
lots of fun.
Very cool.
And I was supposed to do 9-volt story. I don't know if I'm going to make the deadline. I mean, I've already missed the deadline, but there's a buffer deadline. It depends on if they give me the green light. It's a story I'm going to do anyway. Because I need to do more of my own art. Once I finish this, then I'll be doing the art of retro. But this is my friend Rich Fisher penciled this, and it's going to be a gorgeous book. So hopefully issue 2 will hold up.
But your pencils, if you want to see his pencils, they are in the second anthology of the 100 Days of Making Comics, Unicorns and Werewolves. Did you do that? Right. And then And then did you draw the mini or the ash can for saving the world or whatever it was called?
Oh, I did what was it? I guess it was 5 pages in the end. So it was yeah, saving the world. Then he split it off and did something called Saving the Universe. I'm in Saving the World. I did the first chapter of a character, Stratus. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I got a long way to go. Like, it wasn't artistically, it wasn't totally consistent. But I liked a lot of what was in there. Except his original plan and what he's doing now are two different things. I owe him a pinup with some other characters within that whole universe. But I don't know when he's doing chapter 2 or if he's going to get to it. I'm not even sure. You know, it's one of those independent creators, and he's doing what he's doing. He's trying to pull in better money is what he's doing. I know you've been definitely into penciling recently. Have you had anyone else ink your work as of yet?
That'll never happen. I'm sorry.
No, I am interested in that, but frankly, I haven't. I actually, well, I don't know if that will happen in that Wildcat anthology. I don't know if I'm gonna pencil and Able ink or Able pencil and I'll ink, or it will be a mesh of both of us. I don't know. But I am interested in that happening. Although, you know, if I sort of drop that onto some inkers I know, you know, meaning I could probably get a name inker to do something. So I might wait and hold off and get somebody really good to ink me. But also I want to be a better penciler by that time also. You know, like with you, it's like, you know, once you got into a rhythm, I mean, you guys were consistent for 71 days and doing it 2 hours each night, and you were penciling. I saw you, and you got better. I mean, I think your penciling is top notch, solid.
My inking,
you know,
is it? Inking stuff, dude.
Your inking could use some work, you know. I'll put it out there right now. It's like, I would love for you to pencil a pinup or something, even for your crowdfunder right now, and I'll ink it. No charge.
Oh man, look at that! It's on video, guys. I'm gonna make him do this.
Wait, rewind. Where's the rewind button?
That last part, y'all heard that last part. It's gonna happen, dude. It's gonna happen. You know, my thing right now, but you know how it is right now. It's like I am locked in to getting through this campaign and getting it in the hands to the people that are buying it. And so awesome. that is number one right now, because that is the biggest thing. And you know that it's like you just, once that comes out, it's just a big fear drops in, you know, and I don't want that. I want to make sure I get this out. This is number one. People are taking the risk with me. People are taking the chance on what I'm doing. And I want to make sure I deliver.
It came from the radio, said, get Keanu Reeves to Ghost Ink your work. I don't know. I don't think Keanu's is good at everything.
Everything.
But so we've been going. You know, I guess we're close enough to 2 hours. I can wait. I don't know. I'm getting tired and hungry. So, I think we'll end it soon. But if you could share your page again.
For sure. All right. Let me get it 1 second. Let me do one quick thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, the family just walked in the house. I shut the door. All right, people. Let's pull this back up one more time. There we are.
But you said you wanted a name anchor. Yeah. A person who's a name who inks.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody that's like worked in like probably Marvel or DC is probably what he's saying here. Let me make it rough, and I'll make you like no. Like he's talking about his brother. No.
Jeez, he doesn't ink for over a century. I wouldn't want him.
Just kidding. No, just kidding.
Richard Friend. Richard Friend is phenomenal. I don't think I can get him, but I would love to.
There you go. All right. Yeah, you sharing?
Yep.
All right, guys.
Yeah, it says 4 backers.
Yay. Thank you. 2 more backers. I appreciate that so much, guys. Like I said, I got a fixed goal of $1,500. I got 29 days left. So if you definitely check it out, if it's something you're into, jump on. I appreciate it. Yeah. If not, if you can just spread the word, that's great too. I appreciate that. I even appreciate coming on. I appreciate talking to you guys. So, but definitely, this is the book right here. We've got a $25 tier that's going to get you the 60-page comic with 2 mini comics, and we also have a $50 tier that's get you a sketch card, 2 mini comics, and the 60-page comic. And then I also have a couple original art tiers, guys. Like I said, this book is Sword and Sorcery in Space with a punchline. I was going for basically like a Mel Brooks style movie where it's just constantly kind of the comic book is the joke. It is the punchline, I think when I down here at the bottom, I got a little thing I kind of didn't read. If I don't mind, I'll read it real quick. And it's kind of my about me. It's like, my name is Gibran Redinger. This is a comic book that I spent 2 years putting together. I tattooed for 10 years before leaving the shop to stay at home with the kids. During my time at the tattoo shop, I came across Jeff Lafferty and his art cast and all the awesome artists associated with it, and the 100 Days of Making Comics group done by Kevin Cross, which I didn't put in there for some reason. After I became delusional and drunk with power, just drunk, I thought I could make a comic myself and I began a journey of self-doubt, regret, and long nights of frustration. Being too hard-headed to quit and too dumb to know when I've lost, I am now here with a finished 60-page comic and 2 minis, maybe 3. Jurassic Jib will be released if the campaign hits $3,000. So back Doom Barbarian, if you want a fun time, that is just a vacation from reality in a book made to make you laugh at itself, about a couple of crude drawn boobs. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And I'll mention I'm doing a Pimp Your Comic Friday nights. I believe I said it for 8 p.m. So if you want to come back and pimp it again, by all means.
You said what time?
And this goes. Yeah, there's already on my YouTube page. There's already set up there, so you can hit the bell so you don't miss it. But yeah, I'll be dropping the link once I go live into the chat. So if you just join the live stream and click on the link, and I'll let people in individually and just do, talk about their comics and where people can buy them, or just, if they're working on them, we can talk about that. I want to spread the independent comic love. It's something, actually, I've done it on my Facebook back in the day, and used to get like 200 comments of just like insane amount of people sharing what they're working on. A lot of people commenting on everybody else's comments and checking out what they're up to. I mean, it got really insane, and I'm trying to, bring that over to YouTube and see if it works.
Definitely. That sounds like a really cool idea, man. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. So my friend Mark says, "Hey, Gibran, reach out to me with a 5-minute self-promo audio file, and we're air it on my show." There you go.
Definitely.
Pimp your Indiegogo.
There it is.
Came from the radio. He's on Facebook. Mark Torres. Gibran Redinger is on Facebook too, and you both attached there.
Write this down. That's what paper's for.
Yeah. He came from the radio as a Facebook page. So
definitely. I just read my little tag or whatever. What do they call that? My elevator pitch or whatever. Is that what that's called? Look at that. I'm already getting pro, people. Learning lingo. Cool, definitely. I'll definitely hit you up. It came from the radio. And if you have a different name, you said on Facebook or whatever, I'll get that off the feed.
Mark Torres.
Mark Torres. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. So, Stitch says, "Thanks for the stream. My pleasure. Best of luck. Keep slaying. Absolutely." Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. If you're watching now or you're watching later, doesn't matter. Go smash that like, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell button, do all that stuff. If you really want to support me and my channel, there's links below the video. You can become a Patreon, different levels, but pretty much it's all support for me. And you could also throw me a tip. Go to paypal.me/Peter Palmiotti. Very professional. Buy me a coffee, buy some cat food, all that jazz. So thanks, Gibran, for coming on, and thank you, Russ, for coming on as well. So go pledge to Indiegogo's Only Death Will Save Us and Doom Barbarian. 2 great books. Thank you, everybody. Keep making comments.